Hi there, I'm Kenneth, and in this video I'll be sharing my experience of what's it like to study abroad and things you need to consider before coming here. So I'm from Malaysia and I've decided to study in the UK at Sheffield Hallam University. So even though you'd be going abroad from a UK university, whereas I did it the other way around, I'm still more than happy to share my experience. So studying abroad is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and it's certainly something more people should take advantage of. So most people think that if you don't study a language, you can't study abroad. But that isn't the case. So here at Sheffield Hallam University, it is encouraged that you ask all the questions you need before making an informed decision. So I'm going to give you a few pointers for what you could start thinking about. Firstly, we're going to start on what you need to know. So if you go abroad as a Sheffield Hallam student, you will either study abroad on an exchange program or work abroad on a placement. So if studying abroad on an exchange program is what you're thinking about, you're in safe hands. Sheffield Hallam has exchange agreements with over 100 institutions around the world. You could even go for a semester or even 1 year. So the credits gained abroad could be used towards a degree. However, this is subject to your chosen degree subject. If you want to go and work on a work placement abroad instead, you're in luck. So most Sheffield Hallam degrees offer the opportunity to complete work placements overseas. There are many exciting opportunities such as completing it in Europe, North America, Australia and Asia. One of the main questions might be, how much will it cost me? Well, it all depends on the person, on what they want to do and where they want to go. One thing you need to know is that you won't need to pay any additional tuition fees if you study at one of SHU's partner institutions. However, you will need to pay for travel, accommodation and living costs. If you're studying at one of our European partners, you may be eligible for the Erasmus Plus funding or funding from the new UK government initiative called the Turing Scheme. Of course, please remember that funding is not guaranteed and the rates change from time to time. You can find more information on funding and fees on the Sheffield Hallam website. The links for all the information you need are in the description below. Now, why did I decide to come overseas? So I wanted to experience a new place, like somewhere where the culture is completely different compared to back home. So I looked online and did my research. I looked at the student room. So that website is fantastic for reviews about different universities, and I found that Sheffield Hallam was a really welcoming place to go. In addition, I researched some of the basics. So let's talk about conversion rates, so I could automatically figure out the price in my head. I also researched the weather so that I knew what clothes I had to pack. I also looked at things to do in Sheffield, such as the best places for food and great places to go for walks. So since Sheffield is on the doorstep of the Peak District, it would be a shame not to use this city to its full potential. One thing I would certainly recommend you to do would be to take part in the orientation and welcome activities that you will find in the new place. It will give you a good idea of what things there are to do and where things are. Another thing would be to take things from home. So whether that be snacks, posters, or even things to remind you of what's it like to be back at home. Yes, you are there to soak in a new culture and a way of living. However, you can also keep little reminders to remind you of how far you have come along. While I've been in a new country, I've made friends I could never have imagined meeting without pushing myself to come abroad. It's great because you meet people from all walks of life and different parts of the world. I have also become more independent as well. So I believe moving away for university has given me a good base for when I graduate and eventually start living on my own. All this information is out there for every university in the world. Some will have more activities to do than others, or some will even be in locations that you would fancy going to, such as being by the coast, in a major city or in the countryside. It's important that you do your research so that you can find the perfect study opportunity for you. Sheffield Hallam University has an office in Southeast Asia, which was great for me because I could easily engage with the support that was provided before moving here to the UK. Staying in the UK has been fantastic for me, and I may as well stay here beyond my undergraduate degree, for postgraduate or even for work. If you decide to move abroad, you may find that you fall in love with the country that you go to and even meet friends for life. Note that the SHU Progress staff can point you in the right direction if you have any questions about studying abroad. There are experts in the field who work for Sheffield Hallam University, so you're going to be well equipped and well supported when the time comes. They will be able to answer any specific questions about how to apply, fees, and fundings that you may be concerned about. I wish you all the best of luck if this is something you decide to do. Thank you.